Welcome back to the channel JF Coin everyone. Today we are diving deep into the world of American numismatics, exploring one of the most fascinating and surprisingly valuable coins hiding in old jars, drawers, and piggy banks. The legendary 1-cent 1969 Lincoln penny. If you think a penny cannot be worth much, stay tuned, because the 1969 Lincoln cent has shocked collectors for years with rare varieties, mysterious minting errors, and auction prices that reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And today we are talking about the amazing Ultra Lincoln penny of 1969, along with its history, origin, and the current market value that reaches around $442 for special varieties. So stay with me as we uncover everything about this incredible coin treasure. Let us begin by traveling back in time to the year 1969. America was in the middle of major cultural change. The Apollo 11 mission had landed humans on the moon, music and art were transforming the country, and the U.S. Mint continued producing the classic Lincoln cent, the coin that millions of Americans handled every single day. The 1969 penny features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that had already been circulating for decades. But the 1969 cent had something special. It was produced during a period when technology at the Mint was changing. Die preparation techniques were evolving, and quality control sometimes allowed unexpected variations to slip through. And those variations are exactly what makes the 1969 penny so valuable today. The first thing collectors look for in the 1969 penny is its mint mark. The coin exists mainly in two forms, the Philadelphia version with no mint mark and the San Francisco version with the S mint mark. The Philadelphia coins are common, but the rare and powerful varieties are what make this year legendary. The most famous variety is, of course, the doubled die. Imagine looking at the date and seeing the numbers appear twice, slightly overlapping. Imagine the letters in the word liberty and in the motto "In God We Trust" looking bold, thick, and doubled. This visual doubling is not damage, not an accident after the coin was used. It is a minting mistake created when the die itself was manufactured incorrectly. And when you have doubling on the die, every coin made from that die becomes a rare and collectible masterpiece. The 1969 double die penny is one of the most sought-after cents in American history. This variety became so famous that authorities once feared they were counterfeits. The Secret Service even investigated early discoveries of the coin because people could not believe how strong the doubling was. But eventually the truth came out. These coins were real, genuine errors from the mint, and suddenly the humble 1969 cent became one of the most exciting coins collectors had ever seen. Now let us talk about the Ultra Lincoln penny of 1969, the one with extremely sharp details, strong strike, clean surfaces, and crisp features. These special coins are not just regular cents. They are premium examples of minting quality, and they bring very strong prices in today's market. When you combine excellent condition with any form of minting variety or strike anomaly, collectors become extremely interested. That is exactly why the 1969 Ultra Lincoln penny has recorded market values reaching around $442 depending on grade, eye appeal, and rarity. But condition is everything. A penny that has been used for years, scratched and worn, might only be worth face value. But a coin preserved in high grade with glossy surfaces and minimal contact marks can dramatically increase in value. That is why collectors will often send these coins to grading companies like PCGS or NGC. When a grading company assigns a high mint state grade, such as MS65 or MS66, the value climbs even higher. A perfect coin with minimal imperfections is like a jewel hidden in plain sight. And in 1969 pennies, those high-grade survivors are surprisingly uncommon because so many were spent immediately and mixed into general circulation. Let us also look at the metal composition of this coin. The 1969 penny is made of 95% copper. This gives it a rich, warm color and a heavier feel compared to the zinc pennies of later years. Copper also ages beautifully, developing a natural reddish glow when kept in protected environments. This copper content adds to the historical charm of the coin. Every 1969 cent is a small piece of American metalwork from a different era. Now let us explore why collectors are so fascinated with this year. It is not only the doubling or the mint errors. The 1969 penny also comes from a time in U.S. mint history when experimentation and adjustments were happening behind the scenes. New techniques, new die polishing methods, and different minting tools created small variations among coins. Some coins show extra thickness and lettering, others display unusual plating ripples, while some have slightly different reliefs or strike pressures. These subtle differences, sometimes barely visible to the naked eye, make coin hunting exciting. Every 1969 penny you find might be normal, or it might be something extraordinary. Collectors today are constantly searching coin rolls, old jars, estate boxes, and inherited collections hoping to find one of the rare varieties. And yes, some lucky people have found extremely valuable 1969 pennies in circulation, in pocket change, or even inside dusty coin albums forgotten for decades. That is what makes this year so thrilling. The possibility that a coin worth hundreds of dollars could be hiding anywhere. Now let us talk about current market value. For regular 1969 Lincoln pennies, the value might not be high unless the coin is in uncirculated condition. But the premium ultra coins, the sharply struck pieces with strong detail, can easily reach around $442 depending on collector demand and grading results. Some extremely rare double-die examples have sold for tens of thousands of dollars at major auctions. But today we are focusing on the special ultra variety and the impressive $400+ valuation that attracts so many collectors. The market for 1969 cents remains strong because collectors love coins that combine history, rarity, and beauty. The 1969 penny checks all three boxes. It has a powerful connection to American history, it offers rare varieties, and it carries the charm of old copper coins. Every time one of these coins appears in the market, collectors compete fiercely to obtain it. And as awareness grows through videos, articles, and coin forums, the value potential continues rising. So what should you do if you find a 1969 penny? First, examine it carefully in bright light. Check the date for any doubling. Look at the letters in Liberty and In God We Trust. Inspect the mint mark. And if the coin appears unusually sharp or beautifully preserved, you may have a premium example. In that case, storing it safely and considering professional grading might be a smart step. Never clean the coin, never polish it, and never rub it with chemicals or abrasives. Cleaning destroys value instantly. Collectors want original surfaces, natural luster, and untouched metal. Now take a moment and imagine finding such a valuable treasure inside your old pocket change. That is the excitement that keeps thousands of people searching through pennies every single day. The thrill of finding history, the joy of uncovering something rare, and the possibility of turning a tiny copper coin into hundreds of dollars. That is exactly why the 1969 Ultra Lincoln penny continues to rise in fame and desirability. As we wrap up this long and fascinating journey into the world of the 1969 Lincoln cent, remember that coins are more than metal. They are storytellers. Every scratch, every shine, every curve was created in a specific moment in American history. The 1969 penny is a perfect example of how something that looks small and simple can hold deep history and surprising value. And today you learned how powerful this coin can be, with market values reaching around $442 and sometimes much more for rare varieties. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more videos about rare US coins worth serious money, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and share it with other coin lovers. Your next valuable coin might be sitting right in your home at this very moment. Keep searching, keep collecting, and keep learning. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Script, and if you want, I can also create a shorter version, a more dramatic version, 150 title ideas, a spoken style voiceover version. Just tell me. Today we are diving deep into a coin that almost every American has seen in their lifetime, yet only a very few people have ever realized the unbelievable treasure it can become. This is the story of the 1981 1-cent Ultra Lincoln penny, an ordinary little copper-colored coin that hides a secret so surprising it can literally turn a simple pocket change find into a small fortune. So stay with me to the end of this video, because today you are going to discover the incredible history, the unique features, and the shocking market value that has reached as high as $442 for one single cent. Now take a moment and imagine holding a penny that looks just like the millions of others produced in the early 80s. A coin passed from hand to hand in grocery stores, gas stations, classrooms, buses, concerts, and busy city sidewalks. A coin that traveled across pockets and purses, never catching attention. But what if hidden inside one of those coins is a rare variety, an ultra-quality strike, or a special minting detail that sets it apart from the rest? What if that tiny 1-cent coin becomes worth more than a full month of groceries? That is the magic we are exploring today. To understand the true value of the 1981 Ultra Lincoln penny, we must take a look at the historical backdrop. The year 1981 was important for penny production because it was one of the final years the United States Mint struck the Lincoln cent in a mainly copper composition. Just a year later, in 1982, the composition changed from 95% copper to copper-plated zinc due to rising metal costs. That means the 1981 penny belongs to that classic era of heavy copper cents that collectors love. These coins feel richer, darker, and more full-bodied than today's lighter zinc versions. Every collector knows the charm of the old copper Lincoln penny. But what makes the 1981 Ultra Lincoln penny so special is not just its composition. It is the extremely sharp, detailed, and error-free strikes that came from certain dies in that year. These ultra-quality coins are incredibly hard to find because they were produced in very limited numbers. Some were part of high-grade proof-like batches. Others came from dies that were perfectly prepared and polished, resulting in extremely clean lines around Lincoln's profile and ultra-crisp letters that seemed to jump right out of the coin. When these high-grade pieces survive in excellent condition, they become extremely desirable in the collector market. Think about this. Millions of Lincoln pennies were minted in 1981, but only a very tiny percentage remain in such flawless high-grade condition that collectors call them ultra. And only those ultra examples are the ones that skyrocket in price. Just like a diamond that looks ordinary until a jeweler reveals its clarity, this humble penny becomes rare once a professional grading expert identifies its precision and beauty. Now let's move into the world of rarity. In coin collecting, rarity is everything. A coin can be old but worthless. A coin can be common but valuable if only a few high-quality survivors remain. That is exactly the case with the 1981 Ultra Lincoln cent. Collectors look for coins with brilliant luster, untouched surfaces, and no scratches, marks, or wear. When such a coin is confirmed as ultra quality, the market competition becomes intense. People know that once such a coin is found, the chance of finding another one like it is extremely unlikely. And this is where the story becomes truly exciting. Because recently, ultra-grade examples of the 1981 Lincoln penny have reached market values as stunning as $442. Imagine that. A single cent coin that once rolled freely across counters now becoming worth hundreds of dollars. That is the beauty of numismatics. You never know which tiny detail, time period, or minting condition will transform a coin into a treasure. Collectors are actively searching for these coins today. Many people are digging through their old jars, coin boxes, and inherited collections, hoping to discover that one shining 1981 penny still in extraordinary condition. Everyday people are finding coins in their drawers and learning that they hold value far beyond expectation. And if you are watching this video right now, you too might have one in your home without even knowing it. Let's take a moment to imagine how that feels. You pick up a penny thinking it is worth almost nothing. You look at the date. 1981. Then you notice the shine, the perfect edges, the clear lettering, the smooth fields. You take it to a grading expert, and suddenly your coin jumps in value to hundreds of dollars. That adrenaline rush is the reason collectors love this hobby. That thrill that maybe, just maybe, the next valuable coin is right in your hand. The fact that the 1981 Ultra Lincoln penny can reach $442 today shows just how powerful condition, rarity, and historic timing can be in the world of coins. This is not just a piece of copper. This is a snapshot of American currency history, a reminder of a time before composition changes, a symbol of the artwork honoring Abraham Lincoln, and a tiny preserved piece of the past. Every scratch or shine on the coin tells a story of where it has been, who might have used it, and how it survived all these years. But if you want to find one or know whether your 1981 penny could be valuable, you must pay attention to important signs. Look for sharp lines around Lincoln's beard and hair. Look for bright and glowing color. Check that the letters and numbers look strong and clear. Make sure there are no deep scratches, wear spots, or discoloration. And above all, try to compare your coin with images of high-grade ultra examples. The closer your coin matches, the more likely it holds exceptional value. Collectors today follow the penny market very closely, and the demand for high-grade copper cents never stops. As time goes on, these rare survivors become harder to find and their value continues to rise. The 1981 Ultra Lincoln penny, sitting at a market value of $442 today, could easily become more valuable in the future depending on condition, population, and collector interest. That is why now is the perfect time to check your collection, your change jar, or your old family coin box. Because a treasure might be waiting for you. So remember this. Every great coin discovery begins with simple curiosity. The biggest coin treasures in history were often found by ordinary people just like you examining a coin they thought was worthless. The 1981 Ultra Lincoln penny proves that even the smallest coin in your palm can carry a massive surprise. Thank you for watching and joining me on this deep dive into the world of rare American cents. If you enjoyed learning about the 1981 Ultra Lincoln penny and its impressive $442 market value, then make sure to like this video, share it with other coin collectors, and subscribe for more exciting hidden treasure stories. Each week we explore coins that can change your perspective on everyday money. Your next rare discovery might be only one coin away. If you want, I can also write to you a title, list, a thumbnail, text, a short version, or another full script for a different penny. Today we are diving deep into a seemingly ordinary coin that most people might overlook, but collectors around the world are now chasing like gold. This is the humble 1-cent 2001 Lincoln penny, a coin that millions of Americans spent without thinking twice. But a few lucky people discovered something incredible. Some rare examples of the 2001 penny are being valued in the coin market today for hundreds of dollars, even touching the amazing figure of around $442 depending on condition, rarity, and special characteristics. So stay with me, because this story is not just about a coin. It is about hidden value, American history, minting mysteries, and the possibility that you might already have one of these money makers sitting somewhere in your old change jar. Let's begin the adventure. The history of the 2001 Lincoln PN and why the year 2001 was a turning point in the modern era. Technology was changing, the world was entering a new millennium, yet the Lincoln cent remained one of the most iconic symbols of the United States. Designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909, the portrait of Abraham Lincoln became the longest-running design on any circulating coin in American history. The Denver Mint, marked with the letter D, produced billions of pennies in 2001. It was a year of massive production, high-speed striking, and rapid circulation. Most of these pennies were perfectly normal and spent across gas stations, grocery stores, school cafeterias, and everyday transactions. But hidden in this ocean of copper-plated zinc coins were a few special pieces, coins that stood out because of their rare features, striking mistakes, or unusually high levels of preservation. These are the coins that collectors now call ultra condition, ultra rare, high grade, or high value 2001 Lincoln pennies. And that is how the magic begins. Why some 2001 pennies are worth so much at first glance. A 2001 penny looks like a regular coin worth only 1 cent. But the real value depends on three powerful factors: condition, rarity, errors. When a coin is found in a grade like MS-67 or MS-68, meaning it has almost no marks, scratches, or wear, collectors become extremely excited. The reason is simple. With billions of coins produced, most of them get damaged in circulation. Only a tiny portion survive in near-perfect condition. These few survivors become highly desirable. Now combine high grade with the possibility of a mint error such as doubling, die cracks, off-center strikes, or plating issues. That is when the value becomes extraordinary. In the coin world, error plus high grade equals profit. This is exactly why certain examples of the 2001 penny have reached market prices around $442. And in some auctions, even higher. The most valuable features to look for. Now let's go deep into the details that can turn your 2001 penny from ordinary pocket change into a collector's treasure. Listen carefully, because these features are the key to unlocking hidden value. Search for strong doubling on the date 2001, the mint mark D, and inscriptions like Liberty or In God We Trust. Doubling happens when the die strikes the coin more than once, creating overlapping letters or numbers. Clear doubling can make the value skyrocket. Inspect Lincoln's portrait closely. Sometimes the nose, beard, eye, or jacket shows strange lines or doubling caused by die deterioration or shifting during striking. These varieties are extremely popular. Look for off-center strikes. If the design appears pushed to one side and a part of the blank planchet is visible, you may be holding a valuable mint error. Check for die cracks. These appear like raised lines or bumps across the surface, often on Lincoln's head, the rim, or the memorial building on the reverse. These cracks happen when the mint die becomes old or damaged. Collectors love unique crack patterns. Also look for plating bubbles. Since the 1980s, pennies have been made from zinc coated with a thin layer of copper. Sometimes the copper separates from the zinc, creating bubbles. These errors can become collectible, especially in combination with high mint state condition. Finally, the most important factor is always condition. A shiny, lustrous, untouched, high-grade penny can jump dramatically in value even without errors. When a grading company labels it as MS67 or MS68, collectors know they are looking at a truly elite survivor. Storytime style description of a rare find. Imagine opening an old jar of coins that has been sitting untouched for years. You start pouring them out, hearing the clinking sound of history spilling across your table. Suddenly you notice a penny that shines a little brighter than the rest. The edges are sharp. The fields reflect light like a mirror. You take a closer look under a magnifying glass. The date 2001 stands crisp and clean. The D-min mark is perfectly shaped. Lincoln's face shows almost no marks at all. Could this be one of those rare ultra-conditioned pennies that collectors talk about? You check online auction results. You compare pictures. You feel your heartbeat increase. Yes, some coins just like this one have sold for hundreds of dollars. That moment of realization is magical. It turns a simple copper-coated penny into a treasure, and that is the thrill of coin hunting. A simple coin worth only 1 cent can suddenly become worth hundreds. Market value of the 2001 DPNNY. Now let's talk about the most exciting part. The money. The current coin market places high value on rare, high-grade 2001 D pennies. The top examples can reach around $442, especially when certified by professional grading services. Coins with strong errors, especially doubling or off-center strikes, can even go beyond this range depending on collector demand. Circulated coins without errors usually stay close to 1 cent, but uncirculated rolls, high mint state grades, or rare varieties can make your search worthwhile. The key is patience, examination, and knowledge of what collectors desire. Tips to find or identify your valuable PNNY. Always check your change. Many great discoveries have been made in everyday transactions. Use a magnifier or a phone with zoom to inspect the details. Errors often hide in tiny details. Compare your coin with known examples from online auction records. Studying pictures is extremely helpful. If you believe your coin is special, consider sending it to a grading service. A high-grade label can dramatically increase value. Store your coin safely in a protective case to prevent scratches or damage. Conclusion: the 2001 D Lincoln penny is more than a piece of metal. It is a mystery, a collectible, a hidden treasure waiting to be found. With history stretching back to the early 20th century and minting stories that continue to amaze collectors, the Lincoln cent remains one of the most beloved coins in American numismatics. So keep searching your pockets, drawers, coin jars, and old savings, because the next rare penny worth hundreds of dollars might already be in your hands. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible coin stories. Your next big discovery might be just 1 penny away. If you want, I can also mock you a short version, a thumbnail text list, or 150 catchy title ideas for this video. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about modern pennies in the coin world, a coin that millions of people overlook every single day. Yet, in the hands of collectors with sharp eyes, it can turn into a surprising payday. I am talking about the 2021 Lincoln 1 cent coin, a tiny piece of copper-plated zinc that hides huge excitement, surprising history, and in rare cases collector interest that can push its value far beyond its face value. Stay with me till the end, because this journey takes us from the origins of the Lincoln cent all the way to the modern minting process, the mysteries behind 2021 production, the errors that make certain coins explode in price, and the market excitement that has pushed some. Special examples to values reported around the $400 range depending on the collector demand, grade, rarity, and specific error type. Let's begin this story right at the source of the American 1 cent coin. The Lincoln penny first entered circulation in 1909, marking the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first circulating United States coin to feature a real historical figure instead of a symbolic image. The public loved it instantly. Over the next century, the Lincoln penny became the most widely recognized coin in America. Through wars, recessions, scientific revolutions, and massive social changes, the penny stayed right there in pockets, cash registers, and history books. Now fast forward to the 21st century. The year is 2021. The world was changing rapidly, technology accelerating, the pandemic still impacting the economy, and yet the United States Mint continued producing billions of pennies. But here is where things get interesting. The 2021 production run created more collector noise than anyone expected. Even though these coins are common, some extremely special examples from this year started generating buzz, especially those with ultra-sharp strikes, unusual minting anomalies, dramatic doubling, and high-grade mint state appearances. Collectors began reporting coins with unusually crisp details on Lincoln's portrait, ultra-strong lettering, clean fields with mirror-like surfaces, and rare mint errors that transformed ordinary pocket change into valuable collectibles. As more discoveries appeared on forums, auctions, social media groups, and coin shows, the excitement grew. People realized that 2021 might be one of those years where hidden treasures slip into circulation unnoticed. The story becomes even more fascinating when we focus on error coins from the 2021 lineup. For example, dramatic doubled dies where the inscriptions show doubling so bold that it becomes visible without magnification. There are also off-center strikes where the design shifts to one side, creating a unique layout that collectors love. Some coins were discovered with die cracks stretching across the surface like lightning, while others revealed unusual plating bubbles, clipped planchets, or misaligned dies. These are the types of pennies that spark bidding wars because each one is truly one of a kind. Another factor pushing certain 2021 pennies into higher value territory is condition. A common coin becomes extraordinary when it ranks in the top fraction of a percent for quality. In the modern market, a perfect or near-perfect grade from a professional grading service can dramatically boost collector interest. When a coin with an extremely high grade, a rare error, or a combination of both appears, collectors are often willing to pay far more than expected. This includes reports of special 2021 Lincoln cents selling in the hundreds depending on grade and rarity. Some collectors have paid around the $400 range for ultra-high grade or rare error examples when the right buyer and the right coin meet at the right moment. These are not ordinary pennies. These are the outliers, the attention grabbers, the coins that make people dig through jars, drawers, and pocket change with excitement. Now let's go deeper into the story of what makes a 2021 penny special from a visual standpoint. When you hold an ultra-sharp 2021 cent under a light source, you can see the striking details stand out dramatically. Lincoln's beard lines separate cleanly, his coat sharply defined, his eye crisp and expressive. The motto Liberty stands boldly to the left, and the tiny lettering In God We Trust shines like precision engraving. On the reverse, the Union shield design appears powerful, with deep grooves representing strength and unity. When a coin appears with unusually bold details, flawless surfaces, or mirror-like shine, collectors take notice immediately. What makes this even more thrilling is that most of these rare examples were not minted as special editions. They were regular business strike coins produced for everyday circulation. That means treasures could be sitting inside a penny roll from the bank or hiding in a handful of change after shopping. And now let's talk about the modern market. Coin collecting has exploded in popularity. Social media, online auctions, and global communication have created a new generation of collectors hungry for unique finds. This has pushed modern era coins and ultra-high-grade coins to surprising value levels. The 2021 penny became one of those coins that captured attention not because it is old, but because rarity can appear in any year when the minting process produces anomalies. Many collectors and hobbyists have shared their discoveries of 2021 pennies with strong doubling, striking planchet errors, or pristine mint state quality that looks almost untouched. When those coins reach the market, bidding intensifies quickly. Depending on the coin, its features and grading, people have reported sales reaching several $100s, including around $442 for certain exceptional examples that stand out from the rest. Imagine that, a single cent, originally worth 1 penny, becoming a small treasure simply because of a rare combination of condition, error, and collector demand. That's what makes this hobby so exciting. You never know when a tiny piece of metal in your hand might hold a hidden value waiting to be discovered. So if you have a 2021 penny at home, this is the time to take a closer look. Check for doubling on the letters, examine the rim for odd cuts or shifts, check Lincoln's portrait for extra lines or distortions, and inspect the reverse shield for unusual shapes or cracks. Even the smallest detail could be the difference between a normal coin and a standout collectible. Before we wrap up, here is the most important lesson of all. Every year, certain coins become special not because they were designed to be rare, but because minting accidents, high-quality strikes, or unexpected anomalies turn them into something extraordinary. The 2021 Lincoln cent is a perfect example of that modern phenomenon. Thank you for watching and being part of the journey into the world of hidden treasures. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history, collector value and modern penny mysteries, make sure to subscribe, like and share so you never miss another treasure hunting story. Stay curious, stay excited, and keep checking your change because the next big discovery might be right in your hands right now. If you want, I can also create a shorter version, a more dramatic version, a version with timestamps, a version with dialogue, or 150 YouTube titles for this video. Just tell me.